Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. So yesterday, WHO had sent out a warning to African nations to prepare that there would be hundreds of thousands of dead people from coronavirus in Africa in the coming weeks when the testing is expected to have commenced.
The COVID-19 pandemic will likely kill at least 300,000 Africans and risks pushing 29 million into extreme poverty, a United Nations agency said on Friday. The UN Economic Commission for Africa, known as the UNECA, is calling for a $100 billion safety net for the continent, but the head of the United Nations said much more was needed. Although Africa's 54 countries have so far reported fewer than 20,000 confirmed cases, the World Health Organization warned on Thursday that Africa could see as many as 10 million cases in 3 to 6 months.
This is from WHO. As soon as I saw the news, my heart was torn because, I keep getting angry about the things I see. I try to control myself, but sometimes it's really very difficult because I know this is all a gigantic scam. It's a gigantic, conspiracy somehow. And when you say it that way, people will say, oh, you are a COVID-19 denier. No, I'm not denying COVID-19. I know that COVID-19 is there. I know it's killing people, but there is also a conspiracy to systematically wipe off our people in Africa. And they are not even hiding it at all. And it's such a shame that a man who claims to have come from Africa, like the WHO head, is also a part of this whole gigantic game. It's a shame, like beyond a shame. Was it not just a few weeks ago, or maybe about last week, that Bill Gates' wife said that I see dead bodies in the streets of Africa? Why did she see dead bodies in the streets of Africa? She was predicting that there will be dead bodies in the streets of Africa when the testing with Chinese kids in Africa begins. It was a prediction. And this man, WHO leader, comes out again and also says Africa should prepare for hundreds of thousands of deaths. Another prediction. What do you call this in the context of this COVID-19 and viruses and containment and all of that? It is called predictive contagion model. Just last week, the US Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams, dumped the whole WHO, Bill Gates, CDC, Dr. Fauci predictive contagion model. America said, we will not work with it anymore. I put it in my videos. Because your predictive contagion model is making nations overreact when they want to respond to this whole COVID-19. You are making people overreact because you're predicting things that are overbloated, that are too excessive, that are too much, far removed from the original data. This is a sin. It is an evil act that you are engaging in, you guys. You want to kill Africans. Why is it that America gave up on your predictive contagion model and you are now trying to apply it to Africa? When Bill Gates' wife said that there will be deaths on the streets of Africa, she was predicting. She was not working with the real data. When WHO is telling us to prepare for hundreds of thousands of deaths from COVID-19 in Africa, the man was predicting. Why can't you guys work with the original data on ground? Have we not come to a point where we can have access to original data? America already has access to original data. Why can't African countries work with the original data? Which means that if they get access to it, I can bet my life on it. Every single African country is going to be open. None will be shut down. Because we really don't have a serious case of coronavirus in Africa. Yet you guys are wishing it, you're predicting it, you're praying for it, and we are rejecting it. And we will continue to reject it. It is sinful, it is evil, it is downright wicked. You can't continue to do this. My stomach is turning. My stomach is turning. How can you tell us to prepare for deaths on the streets of Africa? Africa has already lived across this war. We don't need any of your help again for COVID-19. You know what we need your help for? You know what we need your help for? It is hunger 20. You are dealing with COVID-19. We've gone far. Hunger 20. Africans are dying en masse. If you don't have any record of that, I can provide you with a record. Is it that I am the first person who started it, or I am the only person who is doing it? I have been sending money to Nigerians from every part of the country for close to 2 weeks now. I've been wiring money to them. I don't have a church. I don't have any big organization that people donate anything to. I was doing this all by myself with my own money. When it became too much for me, I had to call on my friends and fans to help me out, to please contribute money for me to give to people. And as the money is coming, I wire it to Nigeria. You need to come and see stories that I see every day as I send money to Nigerians. People tell you how that the cassava flakes that they have is no longer there for them. They're now drinking only water to survive. People tell you how that they have not eaten for days. Mothers are crying, can I just get a little token to be able to buy noodles for my children? They are crying every day and I'm not able to sleep. The stories are heart-wrenching. WHO, you don't care. If you cared about our health, you would care about our stomach first. Because nothing kills faster than hunger. You guys are downright wicked. I say it to your faces. You are wicked. You are all eugenicists. You just want to massacre Africans. Just tell me, what is the justification for trying to make me stay healthy? For trying to keep me away from dying from a virus when I'm already dying of hunger? If you really cared about me, W.H.O, Bill Gates, and all these Chinese criminals, if you cared about me, you would be interested in making sure that I am alive, first of all. It is only when you are alive that you can begin to think about health. But no, that's not your business, because this whole thing is not about the interest of our people. It's all about helping China to take over Africa. It's all about helping Bill Gates to microchip all of us and please his globalist one-world government masters so that they can be able to control everybody, because everything you guys need is in Africa. And the people in Africa don't deserve what they've got, but unfortunately, we're not going to let you this time around. China, you are not going to take Africa. Africa will never be a Chinese territory. I don't care what you do. We will resist you with everything in us. Look at what these criminal Chinese people are doing to our people in China.
On April 8th, a large number of African people in the southern Chinese city Guangzhou were driven out by their landlords and had to stay on the streets. Another video shows many Africans dragging their luggage aimlessly through the streets of Guangzhou. One of them says, "We are just walking on the road. They can't give us a house, they can't give us a hotel, and they cannot provide a place we can stay."
Look at what they did to our people. Look at what they did. It's become a global news. Everybody has reported on it. And the Chinese ambassador had the audacity to be so braggadocious as he's speaking to the House of Rep members in Nigeria. He didn't even show any remorse. And our people were sitting down there. Nobody heckled him. Why did he have such boldness? Because he's aware that his country has already corrupted most of our leaders. Yeah, corruption doesn't live in Nigeria. Corruption is Nigeria. That's why all the billions of naira that was donated, billions, more than 20 billion. If they were sharing that money to every single Nigerian, nobody would complain today. Billions donated. They just took only a fraction, probably 0.1% of that money, went and shared some dirty money to some people up north and told some other tribes from the south that they don't deserve the money. Igbos, you don't deserve it. Yoruba, you don't deserve it. They gave it to some Fulani women and told the rest of the country they don't deserve the money and pocketed the rest of it. And now a bloody actor like me, I'm now the one raising money and sending to people. Hausa has received money from me and continue to receive. Igbo has received. Yoruba has received. Edo has. There's no tribe in Nigeria I have not sent money to. And we are still sending money to people till this day. W.H.O, you don't care. All you want to tell me is to prepare to receive dead bodies on the streets of Africa. You are wicked, and we will resist you. You see, they just buried Abachari in Nigeria. Abachari was President Muhammad Buhari's chief of staff, Abachari. He was practically the president of Nigeria. Everybody knew the guy. Everybody knew he was in charge. They used to call him surrogate president. He was in charge. As a Muslim, Abachari's death came to us several weeks ago. There was a particular southwest of Nigeria journalist, I think it's Kemi, who actually broke the news, and everybody believed that because there was nobody who came out to debunk her story about Abachari's death. So the man died a long time ago. As a Muslim, is he not supposed to be buried the same day he died? Why did they leave his dead body until a day or two after WHO had told us to prepare for massive deaths on our streets from COVID-19? Now they want to come and bury Abachari. And as they are burying Abachari, a video was shot of a man who was one of the undertakers that buried him, where the guy was putting down his overall that he wore when they buried the guy. He brought the overall down in front of his car, like just like a movie that he was acting, and left the overall in front of his car, went into his car and drove away. And I do not believe that that video is a normal, ordinary video that a citizen just shot. I believe it was all part of their plan. They're going to circulate it so that in the next few days, they will start telling you that, coronavirus cases have suddenly skyrocketed in Nigeria. Oh, and it is because the people who went to bury Abachari were not careful, so the thing is spreading everywhere now. You're going to see more cases in the coming days. After Abachari's burial, you will see many more cases reported in the media. They will be telling you, hey, look, 500, 1,000. Suddenly, their plans will now come to fruition and they will start shutting everywhere down. So you have an extension of 14 more days in your shutdown. That point, they will now increase it again, extend it again by another 20-something days. Already, people are dying of hunger. Protests are going on almost everywhere. When any vehicle that carries food across any street in Lagos, hungry people will stop it and take everything inside the car.
It's gotten so bad now. This man was just driving with foodstuffs on the road, and he got attacked. You can see that. He was going to make his supplies. He got attacked. On a broad daylight, they blocked him. They blocked him. They took away the yams in the car. On a broad daylight. This is how bad it's going to become very soon.
We have seen it. A young man even stripped himself naked in Edo State and went mad. Like, how can you guys keep us indoors? I have a family. I have a wife and children. What do we do? He went naked on the street.
You never stop. You never stop. Leave him. Police, no go there. No go there. No go there. No go near him. Come on, the food now.
Why you dey provoke?
I know you provoke. I be a dog boy. I get children, I get wife. No money, I can't find to chop. No money, nothing. You tell us keep for us, Papa. What do you want to do?
But you know they fear coronavirus.
And I fear corona. Hunger virus past coronavirus.
Armed robbery. Forget about that one. Almost every corner on the mainland of Lagos, armed robbery. All the robbery cases that we had stopped hearing about, all of them have been resurfacing now since you did this. People are dying by every means you think about it. W.H.O, you don't care. All you care is for us to stay indoors and die. I said it in my previous video. Your plan is to cause the people's panic and desperation to peak, so that when you bring your wicked vaccines, then they can immediately just jump on top of your vaccine. What you guys are doing, you want to create chaos and then you want to create order out of the chaos. Just the same way you do your PRS, okay? Problem, reaction, solution. We know you guys, you are all eugenicists. But God is greater than all of you one by one. Your greatest enemy, and I know it, is a population that is aware. A population that is aware, that knows what is going on. And that's why people like us exist. We have to enlighten the masses. We have to tell them the truth. We have to make them to wake up en masse so that we can resist all of your antics. Bill Gates' wife says, I see dead bodies on the street. WHO suddenly shows up to amplify what she said and to validate it. And you think we are stupid? Yes, I know you've damaged the brain of so many people in Africa and in other parts of the world, but there are still a lot of people who are awake. And even the people who are still sleeping, we will wake them up. We will resist your your Chinese testing. You cannot let China take over our continent. You are kidding me. Bill Gates, W.H.O, all you Chinese officials, better go and collect the money you give to African leaders, especially Nigeria. If they have taken your money, go and take it. Because Africans, Nigerians, Africans from everywhere, we will not allow you to have your way. Mark my words, sirs. You will not have your way. We will not take it. We will not take it. We know what you're planning to do. USA has dumped your predictive contagion model. Stop shoving it down the throats of African leaders. Let us open up our nations and begin to do businesses as other people. What is wrong with you people? You are predicting. Give us real data on ground. Several months later, by now we should have access to the real original data, which is what America is working with right now. And that's why states are beginning to open up even already ahead of time in the United States of America. Because you have been defeated in America, you quickly took the weaker one, right? Africa, the place where leaders don't care too much, where you can easily bribe the leaders and make them allow you kill their citizens. You came to Africa. Why are we using predictive contagion model in Africa? Why is it that it is no longer working in America and you want to bring it to Africa? Why? Give us the original data in Lagos. Give us the original coronavirus data in South Africa. Give us the original coronavirus data in Kenya, in Ethiopia, everywhere in Africa. Stop giving us predictive contagion model. We want the original data. If we get access to it, I bet my life on it, you will see that African nations are going to open. There will be no need for us to shut down. That's why you don't want to provide us with the original data. And I'm asking Africans from all over the place, whether you are in Africa or you're outside of Africa, call your presidents, call your leaders. If they don't want to give us the original data, we will resist every single thing they bring to us. Testing we will not do. Vaccines we will not take. Nothing they give to us we will take. And we are going to open as America is opening. You cannot keep people home. You cannot keep people home. This nonsense has got to stop. This is trash. It has got to stop. We've had enough. It has gotten us here and we are not taking it anymore. Provide the original data. Stop predicting, or else do not show up on anybody's doors, because Africans will resist you with everything in them. Our continent belongs to us. It doesn't belong to China. So WHO, you better retrace your steps. What we need help with now is hunger. We need help with hunger. And if you cannot help me with hunger, and if you don't care that I'm sitting at home without any food, you don't care that mothers are crying and young men are crying of hunger, and you want me to be protected from corona, you are a demon. You are a demon. You are a wicked eugenicist, and we will resist you. Take that message to all the people that you are working with. We will resist you, and resist you with everything in us.